Hello, everyone. It's Junie checking back in with all of you regarding Riley Strand. I just want to talk a little bit about a news clip that I saw regarding a new set of eyes looking, basically a new set of volunteers looking at it with a fresh set of eyes about how did Riley Strand get into the water that fateful night. This is a woman that has been desperately trying to help bring closure to Riley Strand's family. So I wanted to, bring this news clip to all of you just to give you some hope that they're searching for the evidence. Now, you guys know that I'm still learning in astrology. And I did mention to you that, I did confirm with the astrology how I read it that we were going to definitely find Riley Strand in the water. I mentioned things to you about the highway bridge, a cliff, and I also mentioned the railroad bridge as well. I want to just tell you about some quick facts about this river. The history of this river has taken a lot of lives. It has parts of this river that are 90 feet deep that go all the way up to 400 feet deep, which actually is a little bit mind-blowing to me. We have 18,000 square miles out of southern Kentucky, northern Tennessee. The Cumberland River, it's, like I said, between 90 feet and some areas that are considered gorges can go up to 400 feet deep. That is extremely deep for a river. And, some of you are asking me about the Tennessee Cumberland River having quicksand, which I thought was very interesting, an interesting tidbit of information about could have Sebastian Rogers fallen into quicksand. And I did Google that for you guys. Tennessee does not come right out and say, hey, we're a state, beware, hey, you could fall into quicksand at any time. It's not like that. Actually, I didn't really find it on any of Tennessee's main websites, warning visitors about quicksand. However, if you read the notes in some of these websites about Tennessee, where people can leave comments, I found about 3 comments of people confirming that they themselves in Tennessee, northern Tennessee, along the Cumberland River, they fell into quicksand and almost died. One gentleman said that the quicksand that he fell into, thank God he got lucky because it was only about 2 or 3 feet deep, and he was able to finagle his movements and get himself out of the quicksand. And he said it was didn't look like quicksand from the top, but once he got into it, it was really difficult for him to get out of. Some of you are mentioning, could Sebastian Rogers have fallen into quicksand and because he's autistic, he wouldn't know how to get out of that? Very possible. But when I look at his astrology, unfortunately, looking at Sebastian Rogers' astrology, I do feel like, that there possibly is foul play, that I see. Looking at his astrology, I did forget to mention to you about Sebastian Rogers' astrology. I saw Black Moon Lilith in the 10th house, which again is more about, authority, restriction, possibly somebody pushing something to the edge, pushing something over the edge of the envelope and someone lost their shit, okay? Again, I do feel like maybe some discipline was involved. Now, I saw that on the first time that I read his chart, where, the family had come on and said that everything was fine, that they had a great day and it was a great weekend and they're a happy family. Well, I called bullshit on that the first time I ever read his chart, telling you guys that there was strife at the house, that there was conflict, and that I confirmed with all of you that it's not a happy home. When I looked at the astrology, I saw that from day one. I saw that right away. And now we're hearing all this stuff. We've had these interviews with Nina about Sebastian Rogers, it wasn't a happy home. Okay. So we're getting all these conflicting stories about, it was not a happy home, that discipline, possibly forceful discipline with Chris. He's not the nicest guy in the world. I'm sorry. His interviews really I'm really cringed out after Sebastian Rogers' parents do an interview. I have a really hard time sitting there as a person who has ADD, sitting through the whole thing and listening. I catch myself rocking. Actually, I'm rocking right now. Even talking about them a little bit, it really triggers me and gives me kind of like my tics kind of flare up because they make me uncomfortable. Okay. And I don't feel like that with all the parents that we've done interviews with and that I've sat through and watched and have done, they make me very uncomfortable. And then when I look at their astrology, I feel even more uncomfortable. Now, that's just my own personal opinion. That's just my own body reacting to them. They do trigger me in a way, and I don't like to feel like that about people. So, I just wanted to share this news clip with you from, let's give credit to WSMV4. Make sure we give them proper credit and remind all of you, I have to say this, I've had to go through and delete a whole bunch of my videos because I did get the copyright strikes. So I'm not doing something right. So someone advised me that, I have to tell you guys that I've included the 1976 copyright disclaimer in this video, and verbally, give credit to this news station that we are using their information to share for commentary purposes and educational purposes on my channel. And I did provide you with that copyright disclaimer. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch the news clip, and just keep praying that Riley's family will soon get closure. Like I said, I'm really did see in the transits of Riley Strand that we are going to possibly find something that belongs to him, and it's going to be even more suspicious, that it's going to be kind of like a head scratcher when we find something that belongs to him. Like I said, I am still learning transits. I still have a lot to learn. I might not ever be able to understand transits in criminal astrology, but I did see that. So it just confirms when he was found without his pants, without his wallet, without his boots on, it just confirms with me, that I was seeing something correct in the astrology, because I basically said stuff is going to be missing and it's going to be weird, right? It's going to be really weird and make us all scratch our heads even more. With Sebastian Rogers, just keep praying that we are going to find him soon. Looking at his location astrology, he really could be anywhere, but there was just a lot of Piscean and Aquarian energy, which just makes me think water. Even my spirits have confirmed that he's in or near water. So, let's just keep hoping that we will find him and find answers to what happened to him as well. Okay, let's go ahead and play this news clip so you guys can see what these volunteers are saying about Riley Strand, and hopefully we'll get some answers soon. Okay, here we go.
Is restarting the search for any evidence about what happened to Riley Strand. The 22-year-old college student's body was pulled from the Cumberland River 3 weeks ago, and police say that investigation's still ongoing. WSMV's Brendan Tierney has a look at how they're now using divers to search the waters.
This group of volunteers is hoping the Cumberland River holds the secrets about what happened to Riley Strand. After searching through the thick brush up and down the steep riverbanks for weeks, Emily Marcoux and her group of volunteers are shifting their focus to the water.
We just want to try and get the family answers.
They have a new boat to look for anything along the banks that might be revealed by the lower water level, and a diver ready to get in the murky Cumberland where police have only used sonar.
The police would have had to pay someone to do it, whereas we can get someone to just volunteer the time and try and find some more evidence.
Riley's body was found without his phone, pants, or belt. Those are the main clues this group is hoping to find.
I mean, it's got to be somewhere. I don't know if it's in the river, if it's in the woods, but it didn't just vanish.
This is the same area Riley's bank card was found by TikTok influencers during the frantic search for the college student. Emily thinks police could have easily missed something, so she's going to keep putting on her gloves and talking with as many people as possible. hoping the wind calms down and they can begin looking in the river this weekend.
Obviously something happened to get him into that water, and no one's given us a clear answer on what that actually was.
Metro police are still saying that Riley's death appears to be accidental, but they cannot confirm that until the medical examiner's report is completed. In downtown Brennan Tierney, WSMV4.